Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel, and today it's Foodie Friday review, and by the description you've probably realised we're talking about a Cornish pasty. Now, to save all that time of popping down to Cornwall, I've ordered some online and they have actually turned up. They did cost me an arm and a leg, so price shouldn't be an issue if you're buying from down in Cornwall and you get them sent up to you. The company is called Ivor Dewdney. I hope I've got that correct. I did phone them up to ask them and I still didn't understand them because they're Cornish. Now, this company's been around for a very, very long time. It started in 1935, supplying the dockyards. They spent most of their time down on the dockyards, serving all the dockers. Rolling on to now, once a Navy ship comes in, they pop down to the dockyard, splash around all the pasties for all the sailors. Right, so let's have a look at what they look like when they turn up. This is how they get supplied to you. They come in a box of 10. They are going to cost you a good penny. £43 for 10. Now, I know that seems an awful lot of money. They do look rather homemade. You don't get the normal Cornish crimpy round the corner here, and they do call them oggies. I don't know what the reason is for that, but I guess you down in Cornwall probably know more about that than I do. It's got some weight in it. I'm actually looking forward to this one because my mate is swear blown by these. He's been buying them from years. He's been spending money getting them sent up from Cornwall. And the interesting thing, when they do come up from Cornwall, they do come in a box and they come iced up, ready for it straight for your freezer. Once again, if you're ordering these, you can go down onto their website. I will supply the link down below and you can order them direct from them. I'm not intending to supply them in my shop because they don't do wholesale. Or they might do wholesale down there, but not up here. So what is the cooking instructions? Now, this is quite an interesting one because I got a piece of paper sent to me. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of instructions on there. To be honest, I'm a baker. So what did I think about what their instructions? It's a bit distant from a long shot. It is a bit all over the place. I'll give it to them that, you know, it's close, but believe me, every oven in the country varies. So your oven temperature and my oven temperatures are going to be two different things. And obviously my bakery is the same. So what I would suggest in baking these, they are going to take a good 50 minutes to bake anyway. First and foremost, what I would do is for the first 10 minutes of baking, put your oven on at least 230 Celsius for 10 minutes. Then once that 10 minutes up, knock it down to say 200, or you can go a little bit lower if you want and bake the rest of it then for the period of time. It could take up to an hour to bake, but that's what I did and they're looking fine. So I suppose the best thing now is you've known a bit about the company. You can see how frozen it comes. It does look bad. So let's have a look at the cooked item. And this is how the pasty looks when it's baked. Now, I think that's a lovely looking pasty. And God, it smells beautiful. Now, once again, the common thing that the Cornish use, they use a combination of fats for their pastries. So first and foremost, let's see what the pastry tastes like. I'll tell you what, I think we'll cut it in half first. It's always one thing having a look at that filling. Oh, I'm well impressed. Let's have a close-up of that. Now that's what I call a nice inside. Look at that. You can see the meat and the potato, which is nice. I actually like that. That actually looks like a homemade pasty in my eyes. You've got the nice cooked base and the top's nice. And look how lovely and filled that is. Yummy. So let's start off with the pastry. Let's see what that tastes like, because usually that's a good sign. I think it's a good sign anyway. I'm quite excited about this particular pie. It's a proper baker. There's salt in the pastry. So that just shows how good they are. They've decided not to go along with the government to cut the salt. They've left it as it is because that tastes lovely. That pastry is, that pastry is beautiful. And that's exactly how I like it. I like some salt in my pastry. Oh, and that filling. Ah, sorry, I'm going straight for it. That smells so good. Oh, believe me guys, you should be eating this. Believe me, I could whop that down straight away. Okay, once again, you know what I'm going to say. It's got pepper in it, but it's not overdone because the combination of everything in there, it just works really well. And they got salt in it, which great stuff. I do like a bit of salt, and with your pepper, it just works nice. Nothing's overpowering. I could just see myself down in Cornwall eating this now. That just tastes so good. The meat is just beautiful. I mean, straight away, you've got meat in it and you can see it. Okay, it's not the expensive cut, never is. But that's a straightforward, really nice bit of meat. And it's not overpowered with a shed full of swede or anything like that. You've got your potatoes in there. But this is a genuine, good pasty. Oh, I'm liking that. The only downside to it, and I can tell you now from the outset, it's going to be the price, because it is damn expensive. I mean, we're talking about, like I said, you've got 10 medium pasties. Well, I'm guessing this is a medium. They're 45 quid to send up from Cornwall. Now, if you go for the 8 in a box, they're the large ones, they'll cost you 42 quid. So it is pricey in that respect, but I think it's got to be worth it. I'm a professional baker and I'm going to tell you, if that was rubbish, even with the price, to me, that is lush, you know. And if I was making a Cornish pasty, that's how I want it filled. And I'm going to take note from this myself, because obviously what's interesting about doing these reviews, I'm also, okay, I've noticed different things with how they do things. So I'm now getting my head round what a Cornish pasty should be like. Now these guys know what they're talking about. And you can see by the odd photographs I've put on, they're still in business today. They are small, but you do pay for quality. And I'm going to tell you straight, guys, this pasty is a 10 out of 10 for me. Even though it's got a rock high price, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. And if any of the other pasties can get close to this, and I'm going to tell you now, that is going to take some beating. It doesn't look that wonderful, but it doesn't have to be. I always say that looks don't go by everything. You can pack rubbish up in a packet and sell it, but it doesn't mean to say it's any good. This is the business. There you go, folks. If you enjoyed this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget to check out the playlist, because I actually gone through quite a few of these reviews now, so it's always interesting to go back. And all these companies that I do a review on, even myself, you can buy the pasties from us, so it's not a problem getting to you. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters! This is the Crazy Baker channel. Baking, lifestyle, recipes, reviews, I am the Crazy Baker. Please subscribe and please share. Laters!